Alright, I just want to let my viewers and subscribers know that yes, the floating fire ants colonies in Houston are real. And this right here, you would think is a dirt mound. This is not a dirt mound. This is about 4,000 or 5,000 ants cuddled up together and literally sitting on the water. And they float in the water, especially when it's flooding, to avoid their home. And they basically attach themselves to anything that's dry, you know. Don't touch the floating fire ant colonies. They will ruin... no. Wait. Wrong one. Don't touch the floating fire ants. They will ruin your day. Yeah, literally. And look at this. This is another picture of it right here. So if you literally touch it, all these fire ants are going all over you. This is definitely something you don't want on you. I haven't yet seen them this big, but I have seen ants on the... when... the tropical storm Allison hit in 2001, I did see like almost formations just as big as this right here. So yeah, that is true right there. If you see these in the water, do not touch them, you know. Okay guys, not to make fun of their situation, but you got to find a little humor in this. If you don't find a humor, you might as well unsub to my channel. Check this out. Okay, now watch this. It gets more real after this. Watch this. Okay. Oh shit. I gotta admit, that was kind of funny. You know, that was cute. You know, gotta find a little bit of humor in this disaster right now. And this guy's, you know, finding a little humor in it. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
One piece of news, and that is today I authorized the deployment of all of the Texas National Guard to address the challenges that Texans are facing all the way from Corpus Christi to Houston, Texas. That would include all of the 12,000 available members of the Texas National Guard. We want to ensure that we're doing all we can to maintain safety and security of everybody in the entire state of Texas.
Underneath the President's disaster declaration, we have turned on what we call individual assistance programs. We're expecting, you know, based on this event, over 450,000 potential registers of disaster victims. That is a huge number, but we are ready to go to process. We've already processed over nearly 15,000 calls over the last 24 hours of getting citizens registered. You know, what we want to do is be able to get you in. Hopefully you qualify for disaster assistance, and we'll start processing and setting up your case management to go forward there.
What I want to say is that I'm blessed that no water was able to get into my house, but some of my neighbors have water in their house, which kind of sucks for them. I feel bad for them. Sienna Plantation, under mandatory evacuation, is underwater. My property out in Rocheron is officially underwater. KPRC News 2 Houston and news stations underwater. There's businesses that are being looted right now. 3 businesses have been looted downtown. There's fires going on, and the fire department can't get to it, so unfortunately those businesses have to burn. There's been reports of car break-ins in Lake Olympia. One street alone had 15 car break-ins. This happened just this morning. There's now reports of people riding in boats, and they're ransacking people's houses in these rich, predominant neighborhoods that got hit the worst with the flooding. A friend of mine named Anna Garcia, I want to give her a shout-out. Where she lives right now, they're waiting on boats to come rescue her and her family right now, but apparently there's gunshots going off. People are being robbed out there, so there's a lot of crime and looting going on right now. So they released the Addicts Reservoir, and they released another one. The name's just not on top of my head. All right. Anyways, there's a large, massive amount of water. I did not know Houston was under sea level. I mean, I didn't know it was this bad. And basically, the way this works is it's sort of like a levee system. If you're in New Orleans or Louisiana area, you're familiar with this. It's a reservoir that obtains a lot of water, and basically these levees and these pipes is basically what holds the water, and now they're receiving a lot of pressure, and they basically don't want the pipes to burst, kind of like what's going on in New Orleans right now. So what they're going to do, is they're going to release this water from these pipes at a controlled speed. So I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but if you're in Matagorda Bay County, or if you're along the Brazos River, especially if you're in Rosenberg off of 59 and Highway 90, all the way down to 59 and 6, parts of 59 and 6. So if you're in the Sugarland area, if you're in Sienna Plantation, if you're further out going towards Wharton County, the outskirts of Wharton County, it's under mandatory evacuations. They're saying this water is going to rise 10 feet due to the massive amount that they have to let out. And I'm going to let you guys see the chart. I'll put it at the bottom, link in the description. I was going to report it last night, but I'm about maybe 10 miles east of Sienna Plantation. So, of course, you know, the bayous, any type of bayous or creeks are going to get a massive amount of flooding really bad. Now, my area is on the outskirts. It was not ordered as a mandatory evacuation. Ours was voluntary. But however, you know, any type of bayou or creeks or anything, that's why they call Houston the Bayou City, I guess. It's all going to be basically a massive amount of flooding. I don't know how wide this creek is going to rise. Wow. This is real serious, man. This is going on all around Houston, Mom.
I have to say, when we saw this picture on social media, a lot of us said, is this real? Because it looks fake.
Really? He's got 20 relatives in one house?
North at Cypress Wood is where we see a number of flashing lights, emergency vehicles. At one point, we thought it was the first responders who needed help, right? Because it looked like the boat was either stuck or it was too shallow.
Exactly.
Here is Westheimer Parkway, and down there is Fry Road. So for people that don't know much about this area, Fry Road is very popular. It's one of the main areas there, and it is completely flooded out. I mean, it's like a lake here. The problem is it's only going to get worse. Now, what you want to do is not what that guy is doing there, and let me tell you why. Because there are these piles of fire ants and all kinds of snakes and things that we've seen here, so you have to be very careful. I know it's something that people are probably just getting stir crazy at home and want to go out, but definitely don't go inside of the floodwaters. Now, I want to show you, if you could pan over here, Barker Reservoir is right in that direction, east of us, and slowly they have started to let the water go since earlier this morning. And so what that means is about 5 miles west of the Barker Reservoir, there's going to be some more flooding, as it is going to also go in the east direction because it's going towards downtown. But that's going to take about 12 hours to go downtown.
I don't know what effect it's going to have along here because we live like 5 or 6 miles from Sienna Plantation, so we'll just have to monitor the creek and everything. I know we're on what's called the downpour or whatever, or the downhill or downstream or whatever they call it, so all the water is going to be coming through here to have to get back to the Gulf of Mexico, or not just through this bayou, but any bayou around Houston. It's going to go through our bayous and have to go back to the Gulf of Mexico. So hey, cut it out. Hey, they're just playing around, but still. I was playing. They're not biting each other. Alright, so now the rain's starting to pick up a little bit here, as you can see. Lone Star Legal Aid building on fire on Fannin. I know where that's at. Damn, that sucks. The water's receded, as you can see. but it's filling back up because of the fact that it's filling up because of the fact that it's been raining all day, and they said it's going to continue to rain till Wednesday. So it's just a cat and mouse game with the flooding in this neighborhood. I understand other parts of Houston are not really have the best of luck that we have right now, but if it rains like this till Wednesday, you know, our luck may soon run out. As you can remember from the last videos, the water was all the way up to about here. It got right here at about 1:30 a.m. 2 days ago, and since then the water has receded, but now it's starting to fill back up. If you can see, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Over here it's filling up, as you can see over there, and the water's already starting to begin to rise over here on this side.
Flash flood warning for Harris and Fort Bend counties until 6 o'clock. That's a flash flood warning for Harris and Fort Bend counties until 6 p.m. This concludes activation of the Houston area emergency alert system.
Are you okay next door? Okay, I'm hoping to God we're not going to be the ones that are being evacuated here. This rain has to stop. This is a nightmare here.
And if my lens tends to fog up, I apologize. I'm going to constantly wipe it, but it's getting real bad out here again. 1 second. Sorry. The water's now already starting to fill up, still starting to fill back up again, and they're already filling up the streets. A lady just stalled her car out. My brother was nice enough to give her and her child, she had a baby in her hand, and they were walking back to Fall Meadow, which is down this road and to the right, and I don't know how she manages to walk back. It's real bad right now. We gave her an umbrella. What I heard, the neighborhood over from me, Sienna Plantation, is underwater. The Brazos River is moving at a fast rate of speed, and it's bringing some of the water over here. As you can see, it's already starting to slightly fill up again, and that car's backing up. It's not going to risk driving through the waters over there, starting to fill up again, and you can see right here, I'm gonna go look at this creek real quick. Cars are turning around. They're not taking any chances driving through it. It gets real deep back there. Damn, this shit's getting real. I'm gonna check my neighbor's house real quick, 1 second. Okay, water's starting to get into his backyard over there to the right. Just monitoring the creek. Water's starting to fill into the back bed again. This high wind right here is kind of kicking my ass, so forgive me, okay? Sorry if the quality's not that good. I'm trying to do the best that I can, given the circumstances, but it's flooding over here. See? These smaller cars aren't going to make it. They shouldn't even bother trying to get through there. It gets deeper. These cars are Oh, these winds are strong as fuck. Fuck! These winds are literally trying to pull the umbrella from me, and I'm grabbing it as hard as I can. 1 second. If it starts to light up, I apologize. Sometimes my camera tends to do that. This is the back area over here. The water's starting to rise. It's rising fast. It's starting to go fast. I feel bad for my neighbors here. Water's already about ankle high over here. It's pouring down bad, and it's going to continue to pour for the next 4 days. So if it fills up here, guys, and my power goes out, I apologize. I'm trying to get as much footage as I can. And the Brazos River is sending water over here now, plus the rain. The bayous are going to expand 10 feet, I heard. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these fucking idiots. They're driving right through the water and they're brushing water all over me. Fuck, man. Now I got new, these are new shoes I got on. New wet shoes. This car is going to attempt to try to go through. I don't know if they're going to make it though. Y'all are risking driving through this? Man, what's wrong with y'all, man? And y'all got smaller cars. And I'm not saying the truck, but the smaller cars. Sorry, it's my umbrella there.